Hello guys, how are we all doing? Welcome back to yet another video. Today we are back with the Championship predictions and I'm joined by George. How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. We just saw us lose 2-1 to Preston, so you know, as happy as can be, I suppose.
It's not great to be honest, but we are back at home this weekend, so let's get into these predictions. Just before we get into today's video though, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you've subscribed, and let's get started with the Saturday lunchtime game, which is between Cardiff City and Middlesbrough Football Club. Cardiff City still haven't sacked Mick McCarthy yet, at the time of recording this, and they lost again in midweek. They're playing Middlesbrough, who won, and Middlesbrough are looking a little bit better lately. I think form says go for Middlesbrough, although Cardiff, you feel like the losing run can't go on forever. But I am going to go for Middlesbrough. I'm going to use logic here. I'm going to go for Cardiff 0, Middlesbrough 2.
I think Mick McCarthy's job is going to be delayed. You know, it's going to be extended a slight bit more. I think Cardiff are going to nick a 1-0 win.
Ooh, Cardiff to win. Yeah, check that out.
finally.
Jeez, that'd be mad. The 3 PM kickoffs next. Birmingham City versus Swansea. Birmingham with a 0-0 at Huddersfield. It's better than losing, I suppose. And Swansea, wow, I predicted them to beat the Baggies, and I was right. Confidence is seeping at Swansea. And yeah, good result against Cardiff, a good result against West Brom. Can they make it 3 wins in a row against Birmingham? No, but I'm going to go for a draw. I think Birmingham are just starting to try and find their feet again. Swansea are in good form. I think it might be a draw. 1-1.
I agree. I think at the moment they're two pretty evenly matched teams, and I'm going to say 2-2.
2-2?
Yeah.
Okay, on to the next one. Blackburn Rovers versus Reading. Blackburn, they lost to QPR, and obviously before that they bottled their 2-goal lead against Cov. So things aren't looking great for Blackburn, considering they had started reasonably well. Reading, they lost in midweek to Blackpool, considering they were 2-0 up. It wasn't a very good defeat, that one. I don't know, they're both a bit... they're not going to be in great form coming into this, considering they both lost in midweek. So... it's really hard, these ones. I might just go for the home team. Blackburn 1-0.
Yeah, I don't know. Two of these teams, they're sort of a bit inconsistent lately. They are teams that you would expect to be sort of in and around the playoffs, but they've been a bit disappointing. I think Reading again, I think they definitely are going to fall short this season of the playoffs. So I'm going to go for a 1-0 win to Blackburn.
1-0 win to Blackburn, interesting, the same as me. Next up, it's Derby Day, Blackpool versus Preston North End. I can't remember the last time these two played each other, but I do know they are fierce rivals and it should be an interesting one. And I tell you what makes it even more interesting, the fact that they both came from behind to win in midweek. Preston beating Coventry, obviously, and Blackpool beating Reading 3-2. Blackpool, for a newly promoted team, are doing so well. And
like Coventry last season,
but better so far this season, because Coventry started slow.
Yeah.
I think Blackpool are gonna win. I think it'd be tough because Preston will be buzzing after that win against Coventry, but I'm gonna back Blackpool 2-1.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tight game. It's obviously a local derby, isn't it? A local north-west derby. So I don't think there's going to be a lot between them, and I'm going to go for a draw, and I'm going to go for 1-1.
1-1?
Yeah.
Interesting. Next up, AFC Bournemouth. Who's going to stop them? Well, Huddersfield Town will try. It's going to be an interesting game, this one. Huddersfield with that 0-0 against Birmingham. They're still loitering around that top 6, aren't they? Are Huddersfield going to go the distance this season? They look like the kind of team that could fall away, but you never know. Huddersfield fans will hope that's not the case. Bournemouth, who's going to stop them? I mean, are they going to fall away? It doesn't look like they will at this point, because I think they've won 9 and drawn 4 from 13, which is just remarkable. I think if they keep it up, obviously, over the whole season, they could set a record for the most championship points. I mean, the way they're going, I think they're going to win again. Bournemouth 2-0.
Yeah, I don't think anyone can stop them at the moment. They more than likely will be the favourites to go up at this point. And I'm going to go for a 3-0 win.
3-0 to Bournemouth. Next up to the CBS, Coventry City versus Derby County. Woof, it's back at the CBS where Coventry City still have that flawless home record. The only team to have a 100% home record in the Championship. And Derby County, this is one of them where it would be the Championship for Derby to come and spoil things for Coventry. Derby haven't been winning a lot, but they haven't been losing a lot. I think they've drawn a lot. I think, interestingly, coming into this, Coventry are 4th, Derby are 24th, but Coventry have lost more times than Derby. We've lost 4, they've lost 3. Obviously, you take into account the points deduction and the fact they've been drawing a lot is why they're down there. But it wouldn't surprise me if Derby were to come and ruin it. I hope they don't, and I'm a Coventry fan, so I'm going to stay loyal. 1-0 to the Sky Blues.
Yeah, I think I feel pretty confident, and I think if Derby hadn't had the points deduction, they would be mid-table, not too far off the playoffs. So they are doing pretty well, and I think they will stay up. But yeah, I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling a 3-1 win to Coventry.
3-1. Okay, next up to Kenilworth Road, Luton Town versus Hull City. Luton with a 2-2 draw at Derby. I think I said before that their XG suggests they should be closer to the top 6 than they are. Hull City, meanwhile, they are doing terrible, and that defeat at home to Peterborough really concerns me for Hull City. I think if you're a Hull fan right now, you're very worried, aren't you? Luton win this, and they win 3-0.
Yeah, Hull are going down. No hope for them. Sorry, Hull fans. But I'm going to go for them to win.
What?
I'm going to go for them to win 1-0.
Wow. It would be the Championship for that to happen, but I think Luton will be too strong for them.
No.
Next up, we go to Millwall versus Stoke. 2 teams that are going to look towards the top 6 this season. Stoke lost to Bournemouth. There's no disgrace in that. Millwall won away at Sheffield United. Great result. I didn't see that one coming. I want to go for a draw because I think these two could cancel each other out, but I don't like going for draws all the time, so I'm going to have to go for one of them. I'm going to go for Stoke, actually. I know Stoke have been very good at home, but I think away they've been alright as well, and I'm going to go for Millwall 0, Stoke 1.
Yeah, I think this honestly has a draw written all over it. I think Stoke, they've been very decent this season. Millwall, they haven't lost too many games. They've drew a lot, so I think it does have a draw written all over it. I'm going to go for 1-1.
1-1. Next up, Peterborough United versus Queen's Park Rangers. Peterborough, what a result that is at Hull City, and now they're back at home where they have been better, to be fair. They'll fancy their chances, although this is a tough game. QPR picked up a win against Blackburn and they continue to strive towards a top 6 finish. Both teams will have good confidence after their midweek results, so I'm going to go for a share of the spoils. I think if this was at QPR, I'd probably back them, but because it's at Peterborough, I'll let them have a point. Peterborough 2, QPR 2.
QPR 1-0.
QPR 1-0.
Yeah, too strong for Peterborough.
Yeah, QPR do look pretty good, and it was a late winner they got against Blackburn, so George reckons they'll continue that good form. Next up, West Bromwich Albion versus Bristol City. West Brom, they lost to Swansea. I did call that, and do you know what? Although they're still in and around that top 6, well, they're 3rd, I don't think they've been playing great football. They've been winning at times where they haven't been the better team, and I've said before that's a sign of a team that can get promoted, but generally don't think they look that great. And Bristol City, meanwhile, have been good on the road, despite obviously that terrible late events at the Bristol City Forest game. I'm going to go for West Brom 1, Bristol City 1.
Yeah, I think West Brom will want to bounce right back with a win, and I think they will get it, but I think it'll be a relatively tight game, so I'm just going to go for a 1-0 win to West Brom. Win.
Interesting. Next up to Oakwell. This is on the Sunday. I'll probably do a live stream for this game. It's Barnsley versus Sheffield United. Who doesn't like a Yorkshire derby? This one should be interesting. Sheffield United lost in midweek. Barnsley lost again. They look terrible at the moment. Not sure what to think of this game. I think there could be goals. I'm going to go for Barnsley 2, Sheffield United 3.
Yeah, Barnsley, they're one of my other teams to go down. They've just been so poor this season. After last season, how good of a season they had, just to follow up with this, it's, what's happened. But Sheffield United, they haven't been great either, have they? But yeah, it's going to be a pretty close game. Obviously, it's a local derby, so I'm going to go for a 0-0.
A 0-0?
Yeah, plenty of red cards, though.
Because it's a derby game, why not? The last game is at Forest. Forest, honestly, wow, that was late drama against Bristol City, wasn't it? And they're flying. That is sort of top of the league form they've got at the moment. They're playing Fulham, who are obviously second in the league after a win against Cardiff. Fulham, don't get me wrong, are looking quite good this season, but not perfect. They're not looking as good as Bournemouth at the moment. They're a little bit suspect at times, and Forest's form is so good that I'm actually going to go for a Forest win here. Who'd have thought me saying this a few weeks ago when Forest was so bad, but they look good now. Forest 1-0.
Yeah, Forest have completely turned the corner, haven't they, with Cooper? I think it's, 5 wins in 6 or something?
Oh, it's crazy, yeah.
Yeah, brilliant form they're in. And I completely agree. I think Fulham, they've been a bit hit and miss. When they played Coventry, we completely destroyed them. So, yeah, I'm going to go for a Forest win. I'm going to say 2-1.
2-1 to Forest, yeah. Interesting prediction, that one. That wraps up today's predictions, guys. Let me know what you think of the weekend fixtures. It's going to be loads of fun with all these games coming at us. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out.
Peace.